This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Honoring a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice. Family, friends, and colleagues gathered today honoring the life and service of Southport Police Lieutenant Aaron Allen. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nicole Griffin. Well, today marks 2 years since Lieutenant Allen was killed after responding to a crash and trying to help the victim inside of the car. He was shot several times and died later that night from his injuries. Lieutenant Allen was a huge part of the development of the Southport Police Training Academy. Today, new officers walked across the stage, graduating and becoming members of the department. Leaders say there is no better way to remember Lieutenant Allen's honor, dedication, and sacrifice as they graduate a new academy.
With Aaron's loss, it really knocked us down. It took us a while to get back up, and then we lost some other officers after that. So anytime that we can honor them and show that they're not forgotten, every one of those officers that we've lost have been an integral part of building the department the way it is.
Following the graduation ceremony, Lieutenant Allen's wife and son joined a group outside where they placed his name on the front of this car. It's part of a tribute to all the officers lost in the last 2 years. An update tonight on a story we first told you about here on RTV6. Carmel police say 3 suspects are involved in a destructive crash and attempted burglary at a business in Carmel. It happened Wednesday night at Home Care Providers on West Carmel Drive around 10:30 p.m. Police say a vehicle slammed into the business, but they don't believe anything was taken before that vehicle left the scene. Investigators have information on the suspect's vehicle and determined it was stolen earlier in the day from Indianapolis.
If anyone has information, please feel free to call the Carmel Police Department. We definitely want to thank the Carmel Police Department for their response time and how quickly they were out, how quickly they got us on the phone and contacted the proper people to get our business at least secure enough that no one can just walk in and out.
It is unclear tonight whether or not the suspects were actually trying to break into the Home Care Providers business, which is just an office building, or if they were trying to get inside the gun store, which is right next door. 3 suspects are involved. 2 of them are males, according to police. If you have any information regarding this case, contact Crime Stoppers. That number 317-262-TIPS. Tonight, good news for people living in an apartment complex in Muncie that has been without power for weeks. We've learned as of today, the Muncie Housing Authority says power has been fully restored at Gillespie Tower. Crews are going door to door, checking on residents and making sure there are no problems. This is a story RTV6 first told you about last week after part of the building's electrical system had to be sent to Detroit for repair. As of 3:30 today, all power should be back on. Let's get a check of the forecast now with Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounds.
And Nicole, certainly needing the AC, those fans today. Beautiful weather, though, for your outdoor plans and still a lot of blue sky over downtown Indianapolis. Our temperature 85 degrees. The humidity's not terrible there, right about 50%, and it's that southwest breeze about 15 miles per hour, which has been helping us up and kind of stirring up that air a little bit this afternoon. The warm spot, 87 for you in Muncie. It's 85 right now in Greenwood and Greenfield at 84 degrees. Storm Team 6 radar, we are picking up a couple of showers here nearing the Logansport area, but for the most part, this is going to stay very isolated and over northern communities over the next few hours. So most of us are going to be dry here, enjoying partly cloudy skies. Our temperatures dipping into the upper 70s here by 9 a.m., 75. Clear skies at 11 o'clock. We'll take it hour by hour through your Sunday in just a few minutes.
Kyle, thank you. Tonight, a 28-year-old man from Terre Haute is facing charges after he was arrested by the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Daniel Mateo was taken into custody last night after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received a tip earlier this week. A search warrant was obtained last night, and based on preliminary findings, Mateo is facing child molestation charges and charges for possession of child pornography. President Trump is in another fiery Twitter exchange this weekend, this time with Congressman Elijah Cummings of Maryland. The president lashing out over the city of Baltimore and the border. ABC's Tara Palmieri explains.
President Trump and Congressman Elijah Cummings exchanging words on Twitter. The president's Twitter tirade likely sparked by a report on Fox and Friends, with a Republican strategist showing video of abandoned buildings and trash on the streets of West Baltimore, which the Democratic lawmaker represents. Within an hour of the segment airing, the president began his tweets calling Cummings, quote, a brutal bully, claiming he disrespected Border Patrol agents and saying that his district is far worse and more dangerous than the situation at the border.
What does that mean when a child is sitting in their own feces?
That tweet referring to an emotional encounter earlier this month between Cummings, who chairs the House Oversight Committee, and acting Homeland Security Chief Kevin McAleenan during a hearing over the way migrants were handled at the border. Today's tweet from the president also referring to Cummings' district as a rat and rodent-infested mess and saying that if the congressman spent more time there, he could help clean up the area. Cummings responding, Mr. President, I go home to my district daily. Each morning I wake up and I go and fight for my neighbors. And Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling the attack racist. The disdain between these two men is nothing new.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
I believe he is, yes, no doubt about it.
That response on last Sunday's This Week with George Stephanopoulos is the congressman reacting in the wake of President Trump's attack on a group of 4 Democratic minority lawmakers, known as the Squad. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Washington.
The National Urban League is wrapping up its 4-day visit to Indianapolis, and as RTV6's Cameron Riddle reports, it is leaving a good impression with Hoosiers already looking forward to its return.
As another weekend comes, all eyes are once again on Indianapolis, this time for the National Urban League Conference, bringing thousands of visitors to the Circle City.
It's like one-stop shop. You can come here, find out about cars, banks, education.
It's been 25 years since the National Conference has come to Indianapolis, this year bringing big-name guests, including presidential candidates Kamala Harris, former Vice President Joe Biden, and Indiana's own Pete Buttigieg. WTLC radio host Ebony Chappelle says the National Urban League Conference was more than a convention. It was a party with a purpose.
This whole entire week has been incredible. So we have had free resources for the community, a career fair where you could come in and see national employers, get help with your resume. There were small business pitches. There was a whole health and wellness area.
The Urban League Conference is one of several big events Indy has hosted in recent days, including the Indiana Black Expo and the Indy Shorts International Film Festival. As Indianapolis holds the national spotlight, convention visitors say the Circle City has represented well.
One thing that this city does very, very well is roll out the red carpet, for these big events. You think about the Super Bowl. People say that when we did it, it was one of the best ever. I think for the Urban League, I might be a little bit biased, being a Naptown native, but I think the Urban League should come back. I think more big conventions should come here and let us give them the Hoosier experience, give them the Indianapolis experience.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thank you. Tonight, thousands of children now have some of the school supplies they need to head back to school. Today, families lined up to get free backpacks at the Back to School Family Day held at the Marion County Public Health Department. This is the 19th year for the event that brings community partners and volunteers together to help children get ready for school. Here at RTV6, we collected supplies through the RTV6 Back to School drive that were donated directly, impacting the children right here in Marion County.
I think it's really cool that, they're doing this through the community, and they're giving out not only backpacks, they're giving out good information for health care, dental.
I think it's a great thing for the community to allow people to come out and mingle and get school supplies so they're ready to start their education.
Well, kids not only received backpacks full of school supplies, there were also back-to-school health services available today, including free immunizations, health screenings, and sports physicals. Coming up, 2 teen suspects in a killing spree remain on the run tonight, but police believe they're finally closing in on them. The latest straight ahead. Plus, a toddler last seen with his parents tonight. The frantic search for him now that both parents are dead in a murder-suicide. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
There's now a nationwide search for a toddler whose parents were found dead. 2-year-old Aiden Saucedo has not been seen since the beginning of June. His parents were reported missing in Oregon last month when his mother failed to show up for a sentencing hearing on a burglary conviction. Authorities tracked the parents to Montana, where a police chase ended in a murder-suicide. Little Aiden was not in the vehicle. He was last seen with his parents a few days earlier at an Oregon Walmart. Now to the manhunt for those 2 teens suspected of murdering 3 people in Canada. A vigil taking place this evening in North Carolina for China Dees, the American woman killed with her boyfriend. This as Canadian police up the ante in hopes of taking them into custody. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
Canadian authorities spending today going door to door in this rural community, searching for the teenagers suspected of killing 3 people, including an American tourist.
It is critical that all Canadians remain vigilant for Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski. If they are spotted, do not approach, call 911 or your local police immediately.
Police releasing video of the suspects, 19-year-old Cam McLeod and 18-year-old Briar Schmigelski, wandering through a big box store earlier this week. The childhood friends then spotted in the remote town of Gillum, where police and the military are now focusing their search.
Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski may have changed their appearance. It is possible that someone may not have been aware of who they were providing assistance to and may now be hesitant to come forward.
The most recent sightings are more than 2,000 miles from the highway where the bodies of 24-year-old China Dees and her boyfriend Lucas Fowler were found on July 15th. 5 days later, police found Leonard Dick shot to death. Police connecting the murders to McLeod and Schmigelski, who's seen in these photos holding a gun, wearing a gas mask, and displaying a Nazi armband and knife. As the manhunt intensifies, his father says he believes the teens are on a suicide mission.
I'm so sorry all this had to happen. I'm so sorry.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Marcy, thank you. It is another beautiful Saturday, a great day to get outside.
Yeah, some dry weather and warm weather, not too humid out there. We got a little bit of that and a lot of events, whether you were maybe at the pool or grabbing a burger, right? We had Burger Bash downtown, the Indy Burger Battle there on Georgia Street, wrapped up just a little bit ago. More than 15 restaurants competing to build the best burger in Indy. That all organized by the group Building Tomorrow, providing education for kids in Eastern Africa. And so it was a great day to get out there and get your taste buds on a little bit of a walk. And we've also got some activity happening out at the Motor Speedway. You can see a few cars going around the road course out there right now. Our temperatures in the middle 80s. It's 85 degrees right now in Indy and Kokomo, 87 for you in Muncie and Bloomington at 84. Yeah, it's a little warm out there, but at least we've got this breeze. It's out of that southwest direction, so that will continue to bring in a little more humidity. I don't think it really jumps too much tomorrow. We'll see fairly similar conditions. Storm Team 6 radar showing that we've got a couple of those showers around Logansport. The bulk of the rain staying off to the north. A few more showers in Illinois. Those are expected to kind of fade as they move a little bit closer. So overnight, mostly clear skies. Majority of us going to be staying dry here with temperatures upper 60s, even around 70 degrees for you in Muncie. So it will be a warm start to our Sunday. A lot of sunshine once again. A few clouds will be in the mix as well. Our temperatures back into the 70s here at 8 a.m. Middle 80s for you at noon. And as we go into the afternoon, we'll climb close to that 90-degree mark with partly cloudy skies. And again, a dry day for your outdoor activities here. 89 tomorrow afternoon in Marion, 88 in Frankfort, 90 degrees in Anderson. We'll be in the upper 80s around Martinsville, Indianapolis, Connorsville at 89 degrees, upper 80s for you in Seymour and Spencer at 88. So tomorrow is dry, but we need some rainfall. Look at this, our July rain check here. Average, we picked up already about 4 inches. However, this month, we've only seen a little over 3 inches of rainfall. We do get in on a chance for some wet weather as we go into Monday. You can see a few of those showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening, but it doesn't look like it's going to add up to a whole lot. Most areas, we're talking about less than a half an inch of rain, and that's about it as far as our rain chances in the 7-day planning forecast. An isolated chance that we'll hang on to early Tuesday. Otherwise, it is dry, and we gradually warm things up here once again as those highs approach 90 degrees by next weekend.
Tomorrow looks nice, but we're thinking rain Monday.
Yeah, a chance for a few showers and storms the afternoon and the evening hours of Monday.
Okay, Kyle, thank you. The pole sitter for the next big IndyCar race is relying a bit more on willpower to turn around a disappointing season so far. Up next, Dave First chats with the top qualifier for the Mid-Ohio race, Will Power.
Financing for 60 months on select 2019 Atlas models.
Will Power edged defending champion Alexander Rossi for a record fourth pole for the Honda Indy 200 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Power broke a tie with Michael Andretti for the most poles at Mid-Ohio. Sports director Dave First talked with the pole sitter, who's ready to move fast forward after some recent career disappointments.
Power, pole position here at Mid-Ohio for the fourth time. 57 for your career. Now you're 10 away from Mario Andretti.
Is it 10?
That's not bad, yes.
Oh, man, yeah, I want to get that. That would be so cool. Such a legend.
This has been a difficult season for you.
Yes.
How big is something that maybe a couple of years ago would have, no big deal, I want to pull. Yeah. Now it's kind of big.
It is very big now. It's so hard to get a pole, and it's just been a tough year for me. And I just nailed every sector of that lap. Nailed every sector.
It was a half second you picked up there at the end? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, that was the most I put into a lap the whole weekend, and got it right.
What is it when things go right? It just snowballs, right? You feel good about it. There's momentum, and maybe you guys have deserved some momentum here this season.
We definitely deserve a good race. If it's not for me, it's for the guys working on the car. It's really been disheartening for them, especially the last couple of races where I've made some mistakes. So I would love to win a race just to get those guys feeling good and confident,
And Liz and Bo, they're celebrating there at the end for you guys.
I love it.
See, that's the good luck charms there.
Oh, yeah, I love having a little fella around. I can't go to the race without him, honestly.
So, tomorrow, can you get it done here and maybe get that first win of the season out of the way now?
Yeah, it'll be my first win at this track and the first win of the season. I've been trying here for so long. Yeah. Like you said, I've had 4 poles and I hadn't won it. So, see what we can do. Not even thinking of the win, just thinking of executing.
Big start to the weekend. Will Power gets it done. Pole position here at Mid-Ohio.
Dave, thank you. A quick recap of the top 5 qualifiers. Will Power with Team Penske at the pole. Alexander Rossi with Andretti Autosports was second. IndyCar Series leader Joseph Newgarden in third. His Penske teammate Simon Pagenaud was fourth. And Sebastian Bourdais of Dale Coyne Racing at number 5. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
That's why people feel more comfortable shopping at Meijer.
Hiring Hoosiers is RTV6's push to expose employment barriers and provide solutions for Hoosiers looking for work. The city of Indianapolis is seeing positive results from a pilot program that aims to do just that. Pathway to Employment is the city's initiative to address the downtown panhandling issue by connecting those residents with employment opportunities and job training. The job, picking up litter and waste across the city. For the past year, David Mitchell has been homeless and unemployed until he was connected with Pathway to Employment. And now, after a few weeks of participating in the program, he has transitioned into a full-time job with a recycling company.
Mainly to get back up on my feet. I mean, that's my main priority, is to get my own place and support myself instead of having to rely on somebody else.
Once they've gotten on to one of our employer partners full time, I mean, they've gotten a place to stay, they've gotten their license, their oversight has lessened, and they're able to function as proper citizens on livable wages. So it makes a huge impact to our community.
The job pays $10 an hour, and with Pathway to Employment just in its second month, the program has connected 21 participants to daily jobs for about 2,000 work hours. More information on the pilot program can be found at hiringhoosiers.com. Lots of kids have lemonade stands this time of year, but a Colorado boy's may just be the sweetest. Brady Campbell's father, Brandon, passed away a few weeks ago after a battle with stage 4 colon cancer. Brady says he and his dad came up with the idea for a lemonade stand to take his mom on a date. The day after his father passed away, this 6-year-old followed through on his promise to take care of his mom.
Brady's a very sweet soul. He's always looking out for everybody else, and I think he really learned that from his dad.
Brady's lemonade stand caught the attention of a Denver police officer, and when he heard Brady's story, he put out a radio call to other first responders. Fire trucks and police cars started rolling up, and Brady raised $244 that day. And now a neighbor has even set up a GoFundMe to help raise even more money. What a great story, Kyle.
So great to see the community supporting him, supporting his family out
Definitely.
there. Our temperatures tomorrow, a little bit warmer, a lot of sunshine though, as we'll get close to 90 degrees. A little bit of a breeze will help us out tomorrow too.
All right, Kyle, thank you. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 11.